Welcome into our Chiefs post-game show as they win a thriller on Sunday Night Football 30-27 over the Los Angeles Chargers at SoFi Stadium. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, they do it again as a late drive. Mahomes to Kelce touchdown, just like last year in overtime at SoFi, seals the win. A late Nick Bolton interception in desperation time for the Chargers ultimately sealed it, but hey, what a game. This was a classic. A lot of stakes in this game. We'll explain that throughout the show as well. But let's talk about Patrick Mahomes, who, if he wasn't already the clear front runner for MVP, he sure as hell is now. 20 of 34, 329, 3 touchdowns. He kind of had a rut in the middle of the game where he wasn't getting a lot of completions, but he started out hot. He finished even hotter. And when the Chargers take that lead 27-23, it's not a given that the Chiefs are going to score and win the game. But with the $145 and 2 touchdowns, you're kind of thinking in your head, you feel like you got about a 75% chance to go win. And like most teams, even with great quarterbacks, don't feel that way. At best, it's 50-50. But with Mahomes, it's like, unless like an O-lineman whiffs and blows up Mahomes or something, like he's going to make the right decisions. He's going to make the throws. Guys got to make plays, and they did. And no one more than Travis Kelce made plays tonight. I mean, are you serious? 6 catches, 115 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And kind of like Mahomes, in the middle of this game, kind of was quiet, but then you look up and the guy has a hat trick and over 100 yards. I mean, it's ridiculous what the guy is doing this year. He's 33 years old, and you would think he's a 25-year-old guy. Running away from Derwin James on the game-winning touchdown. I mean, Derwin James, good night. Take a couple shots tonight because you're going to need it after getting torched like that by Travis Kelce. Dominant effort from him and Mahomes. Fantastic combination they continue to be. Now, who is the MVP tonight? It's one of these two. I mean, I guess I got to go Mahomes. Like Kelce in the on-field interview even said Patrick Mahomes does it again. Well, Travis Kelce did it again as well. How about both? Both Mahomes and Kelce. This combination is lethal, and we already knew that, of course, but they were fantastic tonight with JuJu out, Mecole Hardman out, Kadarius Toney left with an injury as well. I mean, these two guys stepped up like they always do. All reliable, Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. You look at the offense as a whole, I continue to be pleased with the balance the past couple of weeks. It was a problem for several weeks, but not the last 2 weeks. Almost 500 yards, 322 passing, 163 rushing. We'll talk about Pacheco more in a second. Third down, 5 of 10. 4 penalties for 54 yards. It felt like more. All the penalties were impactful, and it seemed like the Chiefs were on the short end of that. But they overcame that in this game. But I think we got to talk about Pacheco more, the rookie running back who was given the starting job a couple of weeks ago, comes in here and just runs hard, man. Runs hard as he had 15 carries for, 107 yards on the night. There was a drive in the third quarter where he's just going straight down the field on his own. I mean, he was the offense there for a little while. Had a long of 28, had another chunk for about 18 or 20. He was fantastic. He's big, he's strong, he's powerful, he's fast. He looks the part. I'm really excited about Isiah Pacheco. I'm also excited about our sponsor, and that is Established Titles. You want to become a lord or a lady this holiday season? Here's how you can do it. Established Titles is a fun and novel way to preserve the natural woodlands of Scotland while helping global reforestation efforts. This project based on a historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds or lords and ladies in English. Title packs give you at least 1 square foot of dedicated land with a unique plot number on a private estate in Eddleston, Scotland, and an official certificate with a crest. We plant a tree with every order and work with global charities like One Tree Planted and Trees for the Future to support those global reforestation efforts. You can officially include the title of Lord or Lady on your credit card, your plane ticket, your dating profiles, etc. And the first 200 people who purchase the title pack using our link will effectively be next to our plot of land within just a few minutes of walking distance of where my plot is right now. Depending on how many of you want to become a Lord or a Lady, we can build our own Chiefs Report Kingdom. It makes for a great last-minute gift this holiday season, and on top of the 10% off we're going to give you with promo code CHAT at establishedtitles.com/chat, Established Titles is already running their Black Friday sale. You can get certain packages for up to 80% off. So do that today. Plug in our promo code CHAT at establishedtitles.com/chat, and then become a Lord or a Lady today with Established Titles. We shift from the offense to the defense now. Justin Herbert was pretty efficient all night, 23 of 30, 280 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Early on, the Chiefs struggled to get pressure, but when it counted most late, guess who delivers? Chris Jones. He gets a couple of pressures. Chargers ran some weird QB draw, and then on 2nd and 15, Chris Jones shoots the gap. Herbert has to bail out, and he throws one. Snead and Deion Bush tip one up, and then Nick Bolton gets the game-winning interception. He also had 14 tackles to lead the Chiefs on the day and that game-winning pick. That was fantastic to see for him. Nick Bolton continues to be a beast. His fellow compadre, Willie Gay, 11 tackles, had a sack, 2 tackles for loss as well. Willie Gay Jr., Nick Bolton balling out, Chris Jones balling out. Frank Clark got some pressures in his return. Chris Jones, by the way, his stat line, 5 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, 4 QB hits. That is a dominant performance by Chris Jones. He continues to be one of the most dominant defensive players in the league. Chargers stats overall, not as much volume, 365 total, 250 passing, 115 rushing. They were 8 of 14 on 3rd down, not as penalty-driven either, 4 penalties for 25 yards. But really what this comes down to is the Chiefs, when it comes down to it, this is really a big difference between the Chiefs and the Chargers. Are the Chiefs a better team? Do they have the better quarterback, coaching staff, all that? Yeah, but roster-wise, the gap is not that big. But the Chiefs have a winning DNA, and the Chargers don't. That's what this comes down to. The Chiefs mentally are so much stronger than the Chargers. This has been a thing for years for LA. They've got the quarterback, Justin Herbert. But, they're just mentally soft. I'm not saying Herbert specifically is, but they're not as well coached. They've got this culture dating back to the Phillip Rivers days where they just don't close games. I mean, you look back at the end of the year, they're like, how is this team 8-8, 8-9, whatever? They're way too talented for that. They're 5-5 now. I mean, they get Mike Williams back. Granted, he did get hurt. Keenan Allen's back. Josh Palmer's back. And they get this lead. They have a chance to take away, and Chiefs they hang in there. They battle on the road, and who wins at the end? The Chiefs, because they own the Chargers and they own the AFC West. And that's just a fact. If you don't agree with me, I think you're wrong. Subscribe to the channel. If you want more Chiefs news, rumors, live streams, and more coverage, this is the place to be here on the Chiefs Report. It's youtube.com/ChiefsTV. No one is going to cover this team as well as we will here on this channel. At least that's what we think. We appreciate all the support, so hit that subscribe button. Don't go anywhere this season. Shout out to MDB with a super chat. We'll work that in. He says, at this point, Travis Kelce has surpassed Tony Gonzalez. People don't want to admit it, but he has. I've said this for about a year now, and I'll say it again as we show his stat line one more time here before we wrap up this postgame show. Travis Kelce is the greatest receiving tight end of all time. I can't say definitively he's the greatest overall tight end. There's guys like Gronk, Tony Gonzalez, Shannon Sharp. There's a few guys, and Kelce's in that mix, by the way. But as a pure receiving tight end, yards after the catch, red zone, the whole thing, we've never seen anything like Travis Kelce. He's running away from defensive backs at 33 years old. The guy's just special, man. I mean, he ran away from Derwin James multiple times tonight. That's one of the best safeties in the league. It's no contest. 6 catches, 115, 3 tutties. I mean, the guy's got, how many touchdowns does he have this year? I'm going to pull this up real quick. Travis Kelce, through 10 games this year, coming into tonight, had, let's see, he had 11 touchdowns. He's got 11 touchdowns, or 8 touchdowns. He has 11 through 10 games now. I mean, is the guy going to have 18, 20 touchdowns this year? It's insanity what this guy continues to do. But most importantly, with the Chiefs at 8-2, Chargers at 5-5, Raiders and Broncos, they're a joke. Is the AFC West over? I think it's a clear yes. Type Y for yes. Type in for no. Let me know what you guys think. Big win tonight to basically put the West away. You stay on top of the AFC, which is big because the Bills and a couple other teams won. This was a huge game. To first put the division away, but to continue to maintain your lead in the AFC as a whole. So type your votes. Y for yes, N for no. Is the AFC West over? And hit that sub button for more Chiefs videos.